Good morning, everyone. Hope you are well. We're going to get started. Welcome, everyone that is here. We are doing sales and marketing. Angelo, Diane, Fraunin, Lucinda, Tala, Toko, Zanele. Good morning. Hope you are well. Gonna cover in marketing, very, very important part of your business. We're going to try and finish as soon as possible so that you guys can carry on with your business. I'm going to share my screen, and the session will be recorded, so you can watch the presentation again later on in your own time, in case you miss everything, because I will be going through it very, very quickly. Okay, so firstly, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Khalid Smith, the founder of the Greenhouse Foundation. Our foundation, our core focus is job creation and economic growth. Okay, and we do that by supporting small businesses, offering small businesses support services, free workshops, webinars, courses and solutions for businesses. Okay, so please follow our channels. We have a WhatsApp channel. We have a website that you can follow us and keep up to date with information within the small business development sector. Thank you. We are moving on. As I'm going through, please, you can write down your questions. You can use the Q&A to questions, and I will stop every now and then just to have a look at the questions, but I will definitely leave time right at the end if you have your questions, you know, to work through them. Okay, and we will also have maybe a very short pitching session as well, so that you guys can actually share a little bit about your business. So we will give you a few minutes, a few seconds rather. So we will give you 20 seconds to do a pitch on your business. And we call it an elevator pitch. So we're going to give you 20 seconds to do an elevator pitch on your business at the very end. Okay. So we're going to get started. I'm going to quickly share my screen. There we go. Make it a little bigger. Go. Screen. Great. Excellent. So sales and marketing. So the things I want you guys to take away is to realize that sales and marketing is two very, very different functions, right? And I know that when we're starting our business, you know, we tend to do everything. So we're doing our marketing, we're doing the finances, we're doing, you know, the costing, you know, so we are everyone within our business. But it is very, very important to understand that as we grow, you know, we need to identify very, very specific roles. And these are two very different roles within a business. It's two things, you know, which happens every day, you know. So there is marketing that happens every day, and there is sales that happens every day. And these are two very different, very people in your business. So a salesperson definitely does not do marketing, and a marketing person do not do sales. There are different people, there are different personalities, and they have a very, very different focus, you know, within your business. And we're going to be going through this today so that you can have a better understanding of the difference between the sales and marketing, and how you need to market and promote your business, which is very, very important, whether you are a startup business or whether you're a business that is operating for 15 to 20 years. You are constantly, selling your products and service, and you are constantly building your brand. And that is something very, very important, because if I mention a brand like Bidvest, you not have purchased from Bidvest. You might not be a client to Bidvest, but you heard of Bidvest, which means that, it's been marketed, their brand has been built, the credibility within the industry has been built, and that is marketing, and energy, time, money, and resources has gone into that as you grow. And a lot of businesses, as they get their contracts, and the work is coming in, then they cut down on the marketing, and that is a very big mistake, because you never stop marketing. You never stop building your brand, because remember, you never stop competing, and you're always competing with other businesses. Contracts that you have is always someone trying to take it away from you. So as a marketer, you identify the problems of the customer, and you then direct them to a person, right? And identifying what the challenges is, what the problem is. If the problem is real, the size of the market, all of those things is actually where you start. Even when you start your business, even before you have your very, very, very first sale of your service or of your product, you start with the marketing, and you start with the research within the sector to determine, is it viable, Evans, to actually start a business within the sector. So you start with your marketing so that you can understand that the problems within the various industries are real, and you need to focus at least 2 or 3 months, even longer than that, to identify, is this something real? Because I mean, it takes energy to start a business, you know, to whether it's a service industry, or it's manufacturing, or whatever the case may be. It takes a lot of energy, and you don't want to take that energy putting it into something that people don't want, or that people's not going to pay for, right? And your salesperson, yeah, they're going to use the business tools to actually solve the problem, right, of the customers as best as possible. They're going to give the solutions and sell the products and the services for the business. So there's a handover, there is a handover to the salesperson within the business. And that salesperson understands that solutions very, very well. The marketing person might not have that good understanding of the actual solution and the service, but that person is there to understand the industry and the market, right? And those are two very, very different roles. So if you look at the sales, right, the primary concern of this person is obviously selling the products and the services, right? So activities such as prospecting, lead generation, pitching, negotiating, and closing deals. That is the space that your salesperson has, and that is a very different set of skills that your salesperson will have. Their job is to convert the leads into customers, right? Their job is not to build a funnel of prospective clients. That is marketing, right? Once they funnel down into your business, and now this client actually is the one. I know what he wants, right? I know that he's interested in my service, and I'm getting that information from my marketing person. And now it makes it easier for me, right, to go and sell and say, great, can I give you the service? Can I give you the product? How can we customize this product and deliver the service to you? Okay, so that is the function of the salesperson. Your marketing person is focused on the main focus is understanding, right? Understanding the customer's needs. So they in medium to large companies, they call these guys relationship managers, right? So they're there to build the relationship, but they don't sell. So we use the word nurturing, they use the word nurturing, right? And these are the guys, when you go to Newlands and you see those booths, right? On the top, that's very nice, that has the fridges, that all you can eat, and you can watch the cricket, or you can watch the rugby, or you can go and watch the E-Prix, the Grand Prix that was here. You can go and sit and watch all of these, these events. But that whole event, everything is there, and some of it's very, very expensive. I mean, to actually book a booth like that is in the region of 80 to 100,000 rands. It's crazy. The tickets for the E-Prix is in the region of like 8,000 rands per ticket. But they invite their clients, possible new large corporate clients, to these events, and they are entertaining them, right? And remember the difference now, right? So this is the difference. They're spending money. Spending money on these targeted clients, and it's to as nurturing, right? But it's on the border. So people would say, but isn't this like bribery? Isn't it bribery? But it's not, because the thing is, you're not selling. You see, this is the thing. They don't sell. They're not selling them anything. All they're doing is understanding. They're understanding, what do they need? What are you currently doing? What is your challenges? What are you, what are you struggling with? How can we maybe help you understanding or with these issues that you are having? So they're not selling at all. They're just understanding. They're very friendly. So they sort of best friends. This is it. So relationship managers, they are best friends. They are best friends. And the reason why they are friends, because they want to understand, when those contracts and opportunities actually come about. And now there's a nice big contract that's, 5-10 million rand contract that's now going to become available. And, who do you think they're gonna call? They're going to call their best friend that, that organized a nice ticket for the whole day and entertained them watching the rugby and the cricket, and they're going to say, what, here's an opportunity. Please, can you do a quotation for us? And then they're going to take that, and they're going to contact the salesperson, and say, what, here, and this is what they want. Go and give them a proposal in quotes. Okay, so that is the relationship that they want. So the primary goal is to create that demand, to build awareness, professional. So that person that is doing that marketing, well dressed, eloquent, he's got that suit and that tie, right? Because the face, it's the face of the business. That person represents the business. So very professional, right? Understands customer relations very, very well, right? Has rapport, has energy, is a natural networking type of person that's gonna build your brand, right? And if there's a problem, because you must remember, right, you deliver your service, you deliver your product, but things go wrong. It's just how it works. I mean, you don't plan for it, right? But you need to deliver your products, and for some reason, the products is late. The products is a little bit late. You need to deliver a service, and because of load shedding, it's a little bit delayed, or things don't go according to plan. You know, things don't go according to plan. So what happens is now, you know, your salesperson goes and deliver it, and now there's a problem. Now your client is not happy. So what do? Does your salesperson handle that issue? No. Now it becomes really a market issue. So now you contact your marketing person. You know what, this is what happened. Please go and speak to the client. And how your marketing person set up lunch at a very, very nice restaurant, and apologize. You know what, sorry that this had to happen. This was the issue here, and blah, blah. And it's really going to make the client feel, you know what, this is not something that's going to happen ever again. Apologize for what happened, and try and smooth things over. You know what, are we still good? Yes, we're still great. You know, having a nice supper at this wonderful restaurant. And that's the job. That is the job of that marketing, but is to also retain, because remember, it's hard work. It's hard work getting clients, but there's always someone trying to take them away. Yes. There's someone else knocking on the door, just waiting for you to make that mistake, right? So that they can jump in. They can jump in and take that contract away from you, right? So you need to have that marketing person there that is going to retain, that's going to solve issues when it arises, right? So we're saying it's two different. So the game is, yes, that game is your marketing person is to find problems, right? And your salesperson, right, is to solve them, right? So you're gonna solve them. That's the two very, very two differences. So if you look at that person over there in the nice suit, okay, so he's in the market. He's gonna look everywhere, right? He's gonna look everywhere, different environments. He's gonna speak with everyone. He's gonna speak with everyone. He's gonna understand, right? No matter who the person is, right? He's gonna be looking. He's gonna be looking everywhere. And remember, that is a full-time job. That is not a part-time job. This person does not do operations. This person is not involved with the operations. This person doesn't turn the sales. This person doesn't do proposals and quotes. No, that's a different function. He's out there. So if you have this person in your business, he is not in the office. he's not in the office. This is not an office person. This is not an office person. This person needs to be out. This person need to be out. This person need to be networking. This person needs to be looking for opportunities. And the way they do that is to meet with lots and lots of people. Right, events, network events, they are out there looking for things, looking for opportunities which you didn't know of, right? And that is a very, very important person in your business. So if you in a business, but you are struggling to sell, you are struggling to you don't have enough customers to sell to, and people are not coming to you, because remember, this person builds your brand so that instead of you having to go and sell, also people are coming to you because they've built your image and your brand. They've painted a picture that people is looking at and seeing it. And when they have a need, they're going to come to you because this person has painted a picture of your business within the industry. And they're going to come to you. So if your phone is ringing, and you're getting people contacting you, and you're getting emails, people contacting you, right? Without you having to go to someone, they coming to you, right? Oh, we heard that you do this. Can you give us a quote? This is my problem, and this is my issue, and this is what I need. Can you do that? And your phone is ringing, and you're getting requests every day, 5 or 6 quotes. You are doing 5 or 6 quotes that people is just coming to you, right? Then you know your marketing and your marketer is doing their job. Are we clear? If you're not, if people are not coming to you every day requesting, can you help me with this? Can you do this for me? Can you give me a quote? If they are not coming to you, then you are not marketing your brand properly, or there isn't this person here that is doing it for you. Remember, it is a full-time job. So when you invest into that marketing, you make it easy for people to come to you. So it pays off, you understand, because people always, they invest in sales. The reason why they invest in sales, because it's easy. You know, I'm gonna sell. Do you want to buy this? Yes, great. You go and you sell it. Great. Yeah, I'll give you this. I'll give you the pies and some horses, whatever I'm selling. You give me the money, and great. It's easy to see. It's easy to see the return on investment, right? Because it's immediate, because I'm just selling it to you, right? So I can see the benefit of it, which is why people will take time, you know, putting energy into the sales. But marketing, you can't always see the benefit immediately, right? It's over time. It's over time. You put the energy into the marketing, and after time, after a year, you're putting a lot of energy in. Then what happens is you put a lot of energy in it, but then all of a sudden, now people are coming to you. Can we understand? But it takes time to do that, right? It's just not an instant thing, but people like instant. You know, they're very impatient these days. You know, they just want it quick. They want to see quick results. They want to see quick results. But it's not always quick, and marketing is not a quick thing. It's the constant thing, but it is long term, right? So these are the difference. So we look at that salesperson over there in the nice suit, right? You have the customers, right, in the market there. They all have different needs, right? And the reason why that this person is so important, because you need to specialize. You need to specialize. You cannot say, right? And we had a workshop, I think it was about 2 weeks ago at the city, right? On the workshop for the city, we had hundreds of people that was there. So I was one of the panelists in that session, and the workshop was about jack of all trades, master of none. What they're saying is, right, that if you market correctly, right, you're going to position your brand in a niche space and identify yourself as a specialist. A specialist, right? So we're saying, if you specialize in a specific industry, whatever you charge, it is irrelevant, right? Because remember, you would know where you're coming in the market. You're seeing all these people around you, right? But their needs are all different, right? So your marketing is going to know where to go and pitch, where to position you. And that is very important, because you might be in the wrong place. You need to go where people are. They can't come to you. You need to know where they are. And now you can go and you can pitch. And that's why this person is very, very important. You cannot say that, you know what, I'm just gonna, I'm in building, I'm in construction. Who's your client? Not everybody. I will do whatever they want. I'm just gonna do anything. Whatever they say I'm gonna do. No, and I'm not specialized. I can do anything, right? I don't specialize. And everyone is my client. You cannot. You're not targeting them. You understand? You're not targeting. And people is not gonna know. They're not gonna know who you are and what it is, because you remember, you need to differentiate yourself from everyone else. There's thousands. There's thousands of construction companies. There's thousands of cleaning companies, right? Manufacturing companies. Or people need to know why. Why? Why do I need to buy from you? Why do I need to come to you instead of these 50, 100,000 companies that is here? Because people have choices, right? Everyone, you see those smiling faces there, in the picture. They have choices. They have a choice to decide where to spend their money, right? And this person is going to make it easy for them for you to know, oh, you know what, this is the person, right? This is what's important for that person. They're not interested in the price. They are interested in quality. They want quality. They want innovation. They want something new, right? This is what they want, and they're not worried about the price. Or, you know what, this person here, he just wants a cheap price. But if you can give him a 10% discount, and if he pays cash, you get a 20% discount. Whew, that's all they want. They're not worried about the bells and the whistles, they just want cheap. Okay, but can you understand how this changes your whole business concept? It changes your whole business concept, right? How you grow and develop your business, how you promote your business, and it needs to be consistent. It needs to be consistent, right? Across your platforms, how you speak to people, how you connect with them, the images and messages on your Facebook pages, on your website, how you interact, how you engage is all the same. The same. Why does it need to be the same, right? So it builds trust. It builds trust because this is what you need. You need to build trust with people, right? And this is how you build your brand, because if you connect with 10 people, but they trust you and they are clear on your message, on what it is that you do, in 2 years, they're going to remember it because they were so clear. It was so clear for me, and this is the challenge, especially with people that's in ICT type of sectors, or manufacturing sectors. They are not very, very clear. They know the product. They know the service, right? They're very clear because, look, they involved with it. So they understand it very, very well. But it's not that easy for them to maybe portray it to someone that doesn't understand anything about your industry. They cannot put it into the right words. Can we understand what we're saying? They cannot put it into the right words to make someone not only understand it within 20 seconds. They need to understand that this person is passionate about what it is that they're doing, and they need to find that connection, that they can remember that person and the brand in 2 to 3 years down the line. They actually remember that person. Can we understand how that works? That is a very special person, that marketing person. They're going to remember why. Because when you grow your business and you speak to 10 people, that 10 people is going to, if they refer 2 or 3 people, and those people now refer 2 or 3 people, guess what? Before long, you have thousands of people that knows your brand and that is now going to come to you. It multiplies. Can we understand how it multiplies? But it only multiplies if there's clarity. I hope I'm clear. If it is clarity, it multiplies, right? It multiplies. If there's no clarity, you speak to 10 people in 1 month, that 10 people, firstly, the next day, they actually spoke to someone for an hour. They really don't know what they were talking about. and they really don't care because they never felt that connection with that person, and it wasn't clear for them. They don't understand. They don't understand, and then they just forget about it, right? And they don't speak to other people about it because how can they remember? Can we understand how important this is? It multiplies. It multiplies if you have the right person, right? And it grows your it grows your brand. Okay. Very, very important, right? So remember, you always need that. You need the two people, one that is involved with the actual sales, right? And one that is able to take it and package it. He might not know. Listen, your marketing person, obviously, he's not going to know everything about the sales and your manufacturing, and the services. He's not involved. He's not involved with the operation, so he might not know anything, but he's the person that's gonna paint the picture. Are we clear? I hope we guys are clear, right? I can't see any questions because my screen is full screen. Okay. But I will close my screen and then have a look at the questions in a short while. Okay. I hope I'm not going too fast. I'm not going too fast. Okay. So if we look at that customers over there, right? So we're gonna build that funnel, right? And remember, if you're looking at an average business, right, you need to have what they call a database, right, of potential clients that knows what you do. That is it. They're not a client yet. So remember, your customer is someone that purchases something from you. So now they become a client, right? But your marketables, your potential clients, it's a database. They're not a client yet, but they know what you do. And when you look at an average business, right, you should have a minimum of about 5,000, a database of about 5,000. Yes. So when you look at websites that sends, that you must put in your details, or they contact you, or they're running a campaign, right? They want your details. So what does that do? Now, and they go into a networking event, they get your business card, they give you your business card. Great, they're having a chat with you. Right? What happens is then, right, what your marketing person, having a chat with them, that person now becomes a very valuable person. It's not a normal person. It's a valuable person now, because your marketing person explained to that person what it is that you do. So that person's details, their contact details, their telephone number, their email address, the name of their business, that details goes into your database, right? Whether it's a customer relationship database, an online platform, and there's many that you can use for free, but you can just use Excel as well. So you can use Excel, you can have columns over there. This is the person, this is the email address, right? This is the date of last contact. It's a column in your file. It's a date. It's called the date of last contact, when you contacted them. Because if you have people that is in your potential clients, you can't contact them every year or every 2 years. How's it? This is what we do. How you doing? No. You have to contact them all the time. You know what? How you doing? How are you doing? Whether you contact them via SMS, via email, right? Via WhatsApp, via a call, via an event, something which you're offering, something you're giving away, right? Whichever way that you're gonna connect with them, you're gonna make contact with these potential clients, all of them, whether it's a newsletter, anyway. This is part of what a marketer does. You can't wait for a year, because in that time, there is hundreds of other companies knocking on their door, right? You need to be there. You need to be there. So this is very, very important, guys. When we speak to clients, remember what we do. We do business support services. We used to run turnaround a few years ago. We ran turnaround for Productivity SA. We had lots and lots of businesses. We come into those businesses and we want to understand, you know what? Show me your database of clients, right? We want to understand what you do. And if we want to be clear on your business, what it is that you do, what is the value you do, we don't ask you. No, we're not going to ask you. Well, you're going to tell me, this is what I do. This is what we provide this service. We provide this products. I'm not interested in what you're saying. I want to hear what other people are saying about you. So if you give me your potential clients, no problem. I contact 5 of them randomly. What do you think of this company? Have you heard of them? I've never heard of them. I've never heard of this company. Oh, I heard of them. What do they do? I think they do cleaning services. I don't know. I'm really not clear. Right? This is how we find out if you're a marketing person. We go randomly into your database. We want to see it. Give it to me. Right? Okay, great. Now give me some of your clients that you've actually delivered. I want to hear what they have to say about you. Yes. I want to now I have an understanding of what your business, what image your business is giving off. I don't want to speak to you. I want to speak to people in those databases. Right. And remember now they're in that database. You need to convert them. There need to be a proposal. There need to be an offer. Yes. You have to offer them something. You have to give people an option to buy. You need to motivate them to want to buy. You know what? We charge. We professional. We don't just do any building. We are the specialists in the sector. We specialize in this. We charge 100,000 for this, right? But for you, we're going to give you a special. We're going to give you a special. We're going to give it you 50% off, right? Or we're going to give you this, but we're also going to give you X, Y, and Z. We're giving you extra. We're giving you something extra, right? If you connect now, we need to give these offers all the time because people's needs change all the time. They might not be ready now, but in 6 months or a year, they might, now I'm ready. Now I'm ready for what you have. I know what you have and what you have to offer. I was not ready 6 months ago, but I'm ready now. But I am ready now. Can we see why we need to maintain? Because when the need arises, you need to be there. You don't want to be forgotten. It needs to be right there at the back of their mind. Okay, that is important. And then we said, need to make sure that they are happy. Who is the person that goes? It's not the salesperson. Oh, it goes back to the marketing person. You're gonna have, when you're a client, it's something very, very valuable because it takes a lot of energy and time and money, because marketing takes money. It costs money to market, to get that relationship manager there. Yeah, it costs money. So you want to retain it, and how you retain it, even if it's your client, you're gonna set up time. You're gonna set up time with that client. You know what? Are you happy? Are you happy? Would you like us to do something different? Right? Is there anything that we can do? Right? Do you have any concerns? Is there anything that you are unhappy about? Let us know, and let's see what we can do to sort something out. That is and it's monthly, guys. You cannot wait. You cannot wait. A lot of clients, they may be not happy. They're going to carry on. But guess what? They're looking for someone else. Someone else is going to come and they say, you know what? I actually do have an issue with this client. This vendor, I'm actually not happy now that you mention it, and this person's going to say, wow, you know what? I'm going to solve that problem for you. there goes your client. Someone else asked them. You didn't ask, but this person asked. You understand? Can we see how it works? Can we see how it works? So simplify. Right. So we're going to simplify. And I know there is a lot. Let me just quickly check. Naeem, at the back end, is there any questions, or can I just carry on? I'm carrying on. Okay, I'm carrying on. If there's no questions, I'll just carry on. Okay. So, oh, let me just have a look. Let me just have a quick look. Quickly. There's no questions. Great. That means you understand. I hope you're not sleeping. I hope you're not sleeping. Right. I wonder if we can quickly run a poll, Naeem, just to have a quick understanding of the industries that the participants are in. If you can quickly run a poll, guys, very, very quickly, just to make sure that you guys are not in bed sleeping. You know, people, the crazy thing about Zoom these days, I mean, you can be in bed sleeping, you know, people wouldn't know. So we're going to run a quick poll, make sure you guys are awake. The industries that you are in, I need to understand the industries. So in construction, right? There's a few in construction, there's always a lot of construction companies. Quite a few in construction. There's some in education. There is some in healthcare. There's some in manufacturing. Wonderful. We have some real estate companies as well. Quite a few real estate companies. Welcome, guys. Telecoms, nothing. No one in hospitality. No one in energy. No one in automation. But I see majority of you guys in the construction space. And there's quite a lot in education and agriculture as well. Wow, wonderful, wonderful. All growing sectors, and construction. And there's quite a lot in healthcare, very good industry to be in currently. It's a growing, healthcare is a growing sector. Information technology are growing sectors, very good. Media and entertainment, also very good industries to be in. Thank you very much for you guys that I see you are awake. I see you awake and you're not sleeping. Thank you very much for sharing your industries. Yeah, so construction, very, 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 very important industry, especially if you're doing work for the city. If you look at where the budgets are going within government, and if we mention when we do our government workshops, there's no one that spends more money than government, but it's very important for you guys also to understand that in construction, right? And this is why I say it's important for you guys to be clear on what it is that you are offering. Thank you very much for you guys for sharing your industries. Thank you for putting that up, Naeem. Yeah, so specifically for construction, and I want to give you an example of why it's so important to build your brand. Because remember, when you're doing work for government, right, or corporate companies, anyone, you effectively painting a picture. You're painting a picture of what it is that you offer, right? So and that picture, once it is painted, it is very difficult to then come and take you out of that box, because you're putting yourself in a box. So if you have painted yourself, I'm a construction company, you know, we are low cost. We can get the job done at a very, very low cost. Maybe not not very professional, right? But we can do it for very, very cheap. Or, you know, we are elite. We are on the top, right? Right. So when it comes to construction, the best, or we use, right? We use eco-friendly building. Yes, green. They call it green building. So we're not just any, yes, it costs a little bit more because we're using special materials that has been recycled. We're building in a way that allows us to use natural light in what we do, right? We're using natural materials, right? And we're using eco-friendly techniques to build. Yes. Does it matter that we charge double? No, it doesn't matter. But we're putting ourselves in a box to say, yes, we specialize in this. And it's important to do that because when the city has a budget to say, you know what, I have a budget, right? It is very high because remember, it's not always the lowest price. They don't always want the lowest price. When it comes time to the end of the year, now budget needs to be spent, right? If it's not spent, it's bad. Now they need to get money out, right? Or it's a job which they want a specialist. And you are registered with CIBD, but you registered under GB, general building. You general building. You registered on general building. They want this, they want someone that is registered and specialized in steelworks. No, or we want someone that's a specialist registered with CIBD in safety, sprinkler systems. Yes, we can't take a chance using a general builder. We need someone that understands, that specializes in sprinkler systems and alarm systems. Why? Because people's lives are at stake. And we have the budget. We don't want cheap, because if you come in cheap, they're going to be forced to take the cheapest price just because everyone's coming in so cheap. We have a budget to spend. We have 200,000 that must be spent. Now you come, you charge 50,000. Oh, that's now you're giving me more work. You're giving me more work. I have to put on another tender now. We want a specialist, and we know specialists are going to charge more because they specialize, and that's what we want. So you need to be registered as a specialist. You're painting a picture. We specialize in safety. We specialize in fire. We specialize in steel work or this. Specialize. This is what we're saying. You can't do everything. You're gonna paint a picture of yourself. They get to know your brand. You know what is this company? They did a quote. They do a very good job. You know what? Use them. Right. You can't come and change your brand and your approach. Right. This is why it's something that needs to be consistent. So you need to be careful. You need to be careful when you start doing work to make sure that this is why you paint this picture and you do your strategy, right? And you do your marketing up front, you plan it, and you need to be consistent with that so that people are clear. You don't want to confuse people. You don't want to confuse them. You want them to be clear. So this is why it's important for you guys, right? When you do this and you have that person and you decide, you know what, this is the market I want. Instead of doing 20 jobs, right, at 5,000, I will do 2 jobs at 300,000 because that's the client I want. I want that client that the money is no issue. That's my client. I'd rather work less, but my profit is more than be very, very busy and I'm not making money. You decide the strategy that you want, and that message is conveyed by the marketing that you do. Right. So very, very important for you guys to understand that, right? So remember, the marketing person is sharing information on your industry, right? And specialists. You need to be specialist. So if you're a specialist, you're in construction, but you're sharing information about your industry. This is how you build. This is how you build your brand, right? You're sharing information as a specialist. Why? Because people like to speak to specialists, because specialists solve problems, right? This is how it is. I need to build something. I need this. You know what? I'm not sure what to do here, but I have a problem, and this person is a specialist. So he's going to try and help me, and I'm going to contact him for help. So when you're in the industry, you are offering advice, free consulting, free services. You're sharing information. Right. This is a non-stop everyday job. You're sharing information in your industry as a specialist. Okay, and you are building relationships, right? There's nothing worse that you come to somebody, you don't know the person. Do you want this? Oh, you first build, guys. You first build the relationship before you sell. You need to understand who the person is. You need to understand what is important to them. You need to understand what their budget is, how much they have to spend, how they spend. Do they like quality? Do they like innovation? Do they like cheap? How are you going to sell to someone if you don't know that? You're at a disadvantage. You're at a huge disadvantage. How are you going to know? So you don't. Your salesperson need to know what type of person it is, because there is no, you can't have one price for all. No, your salesperson, he has 10 different prices for that same product, depending on who he's speaking to. So if someone says, do you want it? Well, I first need to know who I'm speaking to. What does it cost? I can't give you a price yet. I first need to know who I'm speaking to. And if I know who to speak to, then I can give you a cost. Right? Because then I need to know what you want, what you're willing to pay, right? And what is important for you, right? So I can sell it. And that information comes from your marketing person. Can we understand the relationship, right? And if it's two different people, you understand, if it's two different people, then there is two, and it's one person and it's you, then there's two different hats. I need to be clear. Then there is two hats. You need to know which hat to wear and when, right? It's two different roles, as long as you guys are clear. If it's the same person, it's two hats you're wearing. It's two hat meaning, right? There's a question on RFQs. They should receive from the project after querying about the RFQ, what to know if the project is. So if you contact the project manager, the question is on RFQs that is awarded. So remember, all information, if it's a city, right, always think Cape Town, makes no difference, needs to be shared. The information that you need to find out if it's awarded, who it was awarded to. Is there a question, Naeem? Is your hand up? Oh, mistake. Is there a mistake? Okay. Because there was a question. I think there was a question on if the project manager for the city is allowed to share information on who it was awarded to. Absolutely, they must. It's a requirement by law. It's a requirement by law. Okay. Let me go to Q&A. Let me see. Ooh, there's questions in Q&A. Wonderful. Let me quickly go through. Let me quickly go through this. Regarding the receive work here. Okay. Where I'm ranking. Okay. So this is what happens, right? If you're sending a from anonymous that's sent through, right? So if you're sending a quote through, remember there's not an RFQ, but I'm gonna answer your question. If you're sending a quote through, right, to the city, and you don't get a response, you have the right to ask them. You have a right to ask them where I went wrong. In other words, who it was awarded to and why it wasn't awarded to me, right? They need to tell you, they need to say, you know what, your costing was too high, you didn't have enough qualifications, you didn't give references, we asked for this for your CIBD, you didn't give it to us, and we needed this and you didn't give it to us, your cost breakdown you didn't give us because we wanted it. They need to give you the reasons, and we said we wanted 3 references, you only gave us 1. Or we went with this company because they instead of using their own labor, they're using unemployed labor within the community to mix their cement. Ooh, so it's unemployment. You're also creating jobs through your project. All of those things is added, and I'm partnering with a non-profit organization. All these reasons, which is why we went with that company and not you. And it's a requirement by law. They need to share that information and what they charged. Okay, so I hope I answered that question. There's another one. The small companies getting the first privilege. The companies can they rank 7 and feed in. So the ranking, so it's a competitor. So this is how it is, right? Yeah, people always ask, where do I come in? Where do I come in? right? Where do I come in, right? In the market. There is times that the city want low cost, right? And there is times that the city has a budget that must be spent and they don't want cheap. So how do you determine, when to come in low or when to come in high and who you're competing against? When you complete the job, you can see who it was awarded to and what they charge. So you know where the costing is coming in, and if your costing is too high and if your costing is too low. And the specs tells you, if they say, right, they want a certificate from an engineer, they want 10 references for jobs, similar jobs that you have done. They want your qualifications of your senior project manager to know how much experience you have. They want that, right? If they are giving you this whole long list, what are they telling you? What does that tell you? What does that tell you when they give you the scoring and they want all of these things? What are they saying? They are saying, we have money. They're saying we have money. So it's not, we don't want cheap. We want quality. Okay, we understand. This is what we're saying. The specs determine where you come in on cost, right? And you need to know who you're competing against, who is awarded and what they charge on the RFQs after time. You're building you need to understand your market and your sector very, very well. And in construction, there's a lot of competition. Yes, there's a lot of competition. So, and you want to make sure that once you've built your brand, you're gonna stick with that, right? So remember, if you're gonna say, fine, I'm giving a discount, this is, I offer this high quality, but I'm giving it at 50% discount. That needs to be clear when you're giving your message, that remember, you're painting a picture on the work that you have done and the quality of the service that you are offering, right? And your brand, listen, simple. When you do a quote for the city, they give you their white document, very boring. You put in just figures. No. When you send it off to the city, your proposal, you add a cover page, because it's sent in Word, right? Sent in Word. The city and the Western Cape government is sent in Word. They sent it to you. What you're going to do is you're going to put on a front cover on that, nicely designed, right? By a graphics person that's going to put your logo, your color, your brand, and it's going to be done very, very professionally, right? It's going to be done very, very professionally. And guess what you're also going to do? The very next page, you're going to get it very professionally done. All the areas inside your proposal, your costing, your references, how much experience you have, all of that is going to be on one page to make it nice and easy for the person that is evaluating to go through that page number 2. And that first page, you never change that first page. Why? It is your brand and your color and your logo. Because if you are doing 2 or 3 or 4, by the 5th one, they pick up that document without looking at the words. They need to know your brand. Your brand. Not a white City of Cape Town document or Western Cape government document, right? No, you need to put your brand there, your logo, right? Your colors, so that they get to see it, and it doesn't change once you fixed it. And if you don't know how to do that, you get someone, you pay that person to do it. Why? It's very, very important. It is very, very important, right? To have logos done, to have your brand and your colors done so that people can remember your brand, right? When you're doing work for the city, they know your brand already without reading it. They know your brand and they know the services that you offer, because it takes time going through it. So when they see it again, instead of putting you right there at the bottom, guess what? They're going to put you right on top. Yeah, we know this one. Right, it's there, they've gone through it already. Because remember, you're going through hundreds and hundreds of proposals every day. You understand? So you need to have those, very, very clear, very, very clear, and very, very professionally done. Okay. I hope I'm answered. I hope I'm answered the question. If there's any more, I'll definitely come back to it at the end. Okay. So your marketing simplified. Yes. So we mentioned, right? It's people you're in contact with or have a way of contact. You need to make it easy for people to contact you. You need to make it easy. So if you have a page, a web page, you need to make it easy for people that goes there to leave a message, to contact you. If you're on WhatsApp, great. You're connecting your WhatsApp onto Facebook. When you're doing a promotion, you're adding your WhatsApp there. And when someone contact you on WhatsApp for business, please, guys, I hope all of you that are here have WhatsApp for business. Right, it's free. So you need to, if you need to have WhatsApp for business, because what it allows you to do is you can have your products and services on there. You can categorize some people that contacts you, and you can download those contacts. Listen, this is what it's about, right? You need to build people that knows what you're doing, and when there is engagement, they need to go somewhere, right? You need to save them. It needs to be saved. So it allows you very, very quickly when you're having a campaign and people's contact, you can put a label on them, and it allows you to send out the message to if there's 100 or 200 or 500, you can send it out instantly to them. Right. You can send them promotions. This is how you're building it, right? So you don't need expensive CRMs, you can. If you have the money, you can go and get an expensive system, but you need to use what is available for free, right? So those channels you're going to use for free to make sure that you are collecting contact details that you can contact later. Because if you want to sell your business, let's say you want to sell your business to me, I want to buy it. Right, you were saying, you know what, I want to retire now, right? The first thing I'm going to ask you, what is your sales, right? I'm going to ask you, what is your turnover, right, in the business? And I'm going to ask you, how big is that database? How many people knows your brand? Because that's what I'm buying. I'm buying your brand. And the brand is worth more than all the others, because if you have a brand which is built, you can sell and get lots and lots of incoming clients later on. But if your brand is not built, that takes years. Takes years to build brands. So when I buy a business, I buy your brand that is built. I need to know, what have you built? What brand have you built? If I speak to people, have you heard of Bidvest? Have you heard of Absa? Have you heard of Sanlam? Have you heard of these brands? Yes, I've heard of these brands. Right. So now I'm going to do the same for your brand. I want to hear, does people know? Right. So that's what I buy. That's what I buy. So that is where you're going to need to invest in your business in those areas, right? Because that determines value, right? People who are helping by offering, you remember, you're offering expertise and knowledge. That's it. You want to be known as the go-to person. If it's relating to construction, you know what, that's the person I need to speak to, right? If it's steel work, that's the person, right? If it's electrical fire, that's the person, right? If it's occupational health and safety, that is the person. I'm going to speak to those people. They are the people that is going to help me with my problem. They remember, they need to be coming to you. And then always we're saying, and I know I say this all the time, you're building the relation, you're finding ways you know, it doesn't need to cost a lot of money, but you need to find ways to bring people together, to bring people together, right? Because that is where you're gonna not only get new clients, but you're gonna get referrals. If we look at the work that we do, a lot of the work we do, right, doesn't come from us. It comes through other people referring them to me. Right. They refer them. Okay, great. Here's a client. Go and contact them. Right. So you're building those relationships with people. And when you build those relationships, make sure that it's win-win. Win-win, win-win. What does win-win mean? You give me a client, you get 5%. Yes. You bring me a client, someone that you know very, very well, that trusts you. If you give me that client, a big client, you give that person to me, right? Connect with me, trust me. I'm going to give you 5%. Those are relationships. You want to create win-win relationships. Relationships where you're adding value to people, to people's lives. The more people you're adding value to, the quicker you're going to grow, the quicker you're going to build your brand. The more people is going to push for you. Can we understand how this works? You need to get people to push for you. Otherwise, it's very tiring. It's very tiring. Just me pushing for me. Right. So this is why it's so important. Marketing person is going to get people to push. They're going to get people to push for you. That understands the passion that is there within you, and they're gonna push for you, right? This is why it is so important, right? That you take the time to understand how this works and the value long term. The value long term. The more people you have pushing, the more opportunities is gonna come your way. Opportunities for partners, because remember, your marketing person doesn't only look for sales. It's not just sales they're looking for, right? It's partners, people you can partner with, right? People you can partner with to share your brand, people with clients and money, right? People to partner, people to support, funding to access, way to access funding and grant funding, right? So it's any opportunity that comes, that arises, that's an opportunity for your business to grow, to access clients, to access funders, to access partnerships, to access support, to access networks, to access other people's databases, other people's networks. All of those things comes through comes through your marketing, right? People to go into your business, because remember, you need, as you grow, you're gonna need people, you need staff, you need partners to work with. That all comes through your marketing, because who wants to partner, who wants to work for a company they've never heard of? Let's be honest. If you want to work for a company, right? You young, you're an intern, you innovative, you quick, you fast, right? Who wants to work for a company you've never heard of? You don't know this company. You want to work for a company that is moving, that is growing, that has a brand that people respect. Yeah, this is the company you want to work for. So you need to attract the right people, and your marketing person attracts all those people. Remember, it's not just people that's gonna buy from you. They're attracting all the people you need to grow your business through your brand and through the credibility that takes time. Remember, to actually build that credibility in the sector. It's important. It's important. And they fix the issues that arises. If someone is saying, and it's on a social media platform, and that person has something negative to say, you could just gonna leave it? No, that person is on there. Someone's saying something negative about your business. No one's gonna leave it. You cannot leave it because it's damaging. And people say, well, what is one person gonna do? What is one person gonna do? One person can do a lot. Listen, one person can damage. One person can damage, right? Because one person can influence another person, can influence another. You know what? This is what happened with this business. You know, I gave them money and they just ran away with it. You know, they didn't do any building. The building fell down and they didn't fix it. There's the building still standing. You understand? Oh, it can do a lot of damage, especially in the age we're in. Listen, in the age that we're in, with information, it just shares instantly on social media. And for some reason, people like bad news. Yes, people like bad news. Bad news spreads quicker than good news. So bad news spread very, very quick. So you need to understand how serious these things are. That person, a marketing person, you know what, you're gonna go and sort this out. You go, you sort this out, fix this, fix this, fix that image. That is what that person needs to do. It's a very, very important role. Very, very important role. So we've said and we clarifying. Yes, potential clients, right? That's the person that is going to be making sure that the service is delivered. That is professional, right? The client is getting what they paid for, right? That is the function of your salesperson, is to constantly be selling, constantly being, because here's the thing. You can have those clients there, but you need to push for proposals. You need to push for sales as well. But it's now more focused, right? It's a focused approach, right? And that is why the job of your sales funnel, your salesperson, is to customize. You cannot have a one size fits all. No, there's no such thing. Then it's not a salesperson. You're customizing everything. And yes, it's a bit of work, right? It's a bit of work because you have to repackage everything for that client. But that is why it's so important to have that information from your mom. You're going to customize. When you're delivering a quote to Old Mutual, you know what? This is not a normal quote for construction. You're using green building. Why? Because Old Mutual is green and they're into eco building. Yes. They want the eco building. So guess what? You are the specialist in eco building because that is what's important to them. That's what's important to them. Right. And they're saying we want to work with Black woman-owned businesses. That's important to them. So guess what? Those are the things that you're gonna put right there on your proposal. Right. These are the things, and they're gonna look at this proposal and say, wow, this is exactly what I want. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. This is exactly what I want. How did they know this? How did they know? It's like they customize this exactly according to my needs, because that is exactly what you're going to do, right? That's exactly what you're going to do. It's packaged for your clients, each one. It's packaged for them, right? This is how you're going to do. And remember, guys, the city of Cape Town, great. But you must remember your cost with the city is low. So your costs are low. Plus, you do a great job this year. Next year, someone costs R1 cheaper and they get it. Your targets are corporates. You're going to target corporates. That's where the money is, why your rates are high. And when you build the relationship with them, that relationship stands. The relationship is more important than the money because it takes time to build the relationship. Can we understand this? I don't want to take a chance using someone else for this. And I know this company does a good job. I have a relationship with them. I'm not going to change. Right? This is how it works in the corporate environment. It's not how it works in the government environment, because they're going to reevaluate. Even though they know you, someone quoted cheaper than you, so he's going to get it. Can we understand how it works? You need to look at where the money is. And if it's, you need to target those corporate companies, those big contracts, 5, 10, 20 mil. Those are the ones, those long-term 1, 2, 3-year contracts. Those are the ones that you need to target, and you target that with a strand, with a strategy, with a marketing strategy, with a sales strategy. You need to target those clients. Those are the contracts that you need to now build. Now you can invest. Now you can buy vehicles. Now you can employ staff, right? So it needs to be a strategic approach with your marketing, with your sales. Yes. Irrespective where you are targeting those clients. You are targeting those clients. It is not a random. It's not something random. No. And it's not an infinite amount of companies. You know who they are. Those companies that are based in Western Cape, companies that are based in, you look and target the companies in your area. So if in Western Cape, you know who they are. There's Capitec's head offices is here. Foschini Group head offices is in the Western Cape, right? Oceana Groups, right? Pick and Pay's head offices is here, right? So you're going to target those companies, right? You're going to target them, but remember, your marketing person is going to do that to understand, and it takes time, sometimes a year or two, to really understand. But remember, it's a worthwhile investment, because you're getting that nice big contracts, right? So you're putting, but remember, it's an investment. So we're saying you're putting something in and you're getting something out over time. That's what an investment is. And this is where the marketing comes in, because marketing, you put it in and you're going to get something out. But it's at the end. Unfortunately, you're going to get it out at the end. Okay. I'll quickly go and see. To build a strong, identify for my startup of training and development, right? Very, very important. So yes, your brand is important. So remember, there's different types of training. You get accredited training, right? You get accredited training, you get customized training, right? So when you're building your brand, it's important for you, because you can offer a lot of different types of training, but you can also, you know what, I specialize in occupational health and safety training. So it's important for you to specialize. Why? So that, if you're a generalist, it's difficult to specialize, right? Because remember, when you're specializing in a specific type of training, you're not only giving advice on occupational health generally, you also attract the best type of facilitators and consultants in the space. And you're engaging with occupational health and safety people within the space. Because remember how it works, right? If you're in a corporate environment, right, or government environment, there is different departments that sits with different budgets. So if it's in safety or health and safety, it's a different department. So those people speak with people in their sector, right? So it's important if you're going to say, fine, I want to do training and I want to build my brand, you do, when you start, you end up doing everything. You figure out what type of training I'm very, very good at. But later on, I would say, my advice is specialize in a sector, but you offer other things as well, right? So I think it's Gershwin, this question, right? So you initially you offer a lot, right? But eventually you need to specialize to say, I specialize in this type of training, And remember, you're offering whatever training you do when you start off. You have to have free courses. You have free. This is the model people use. You have free course because people need to see what you do, right? So it's difficult to charge for something. People don't know what you're able to offer. So you do it for free. I'm doing this. I have a free workshop. I have a free, what's the name? Come and attend. Give me your feedback. Remember, you're building credibility and getting references for the work that you have done, and that takes time. The more people that is sharing their feedback on work that you've done, that's how you build your credibility. Okay. References on new small business, obviously still in the teething stage. Almeida have to do in terms of references. Do we just say that? No. So this is how you do it. Let me, Almeida, Pedro. If you don't have references, remember, whether it's the city, whether it's corporates, they want to work with companies that knows what they're doing. That can do the job, right? So if you haven't done the job, it's very difficult for people to say, fine, come and do the job for me, because they need to know you have done it already. So if you don't have a reference, what you're going to do? You're going to do it for free. You're going to do it for free. And we did the same thing. Look, we did the same thing. We're operating for more than 12 years, but when we started, we had no references. We had no reference. We were new, but we wanted to do, youth development. We were really passionate about youth development and entrepreneurship, right? So we had no references. We couldn't say that we did. So what we did, through our marketing, right? Through our marketing, we had very good marketing. What came through that marketing, we found out that it's an event, because this is what marketing do. They do research. They need to know what's happening in the sector. And through marketing, we identified there was an event in Grabouw, a youth development program funded by ABSA for 300 youth over the whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm thinking, wow, that's a lovely thing. You understand? It is great. So what we did, we contacted the ABSA, the person in charge, and we said, you know what, we'd like to support the initiative. We'd like to support the initiative with our team that specializes. Remember, we painted a picture. We said we specialize in youth development, entrepreneurship. Yeah, this is what we do. We're specialists. But we didn't. But remember, we're doing it for free. So the ABSA said, well, why not? Doing it for free. Come. So they invited us. They said, come. And we had spent the whole weekend there. Now, remember, we start up. We start up. We got no references. We didn't do any work yet. When I say start up, literally the discussion we had before is, where we going to get petrol money to get to Grabouw? This is the discussion. This is the discussion we're having. How do we get petrol money to get to Grabouw? That was the first thing. That was the first priority. You just get there. And we got there. We had a whole weekend. We're staying over. We're having fun. We're enjoying this interview. We're doing activities with the youth. Great time. Great time. For free. When we finished, we went to ABSA saying, you know what? Can you give us a reference? Can you give us a reference, please? You know, ABSA saying, oh, thank you for your support. They was just love the work that we did, and we assisted them, and they gave us a reference. ABSA Bank. We took a picture. ABSA Bank, our brand, next to each other, co-sponsoring an event with a letter from ABSA on their letter, dated and signed. Ah, did it say that we did it for free? No. Does people know we did it for free? No. But we did it, and we got the reference, and guess what? With that reference, we did get a lot. We got a lot of jobs with that reference, and we did it for free. So yes, unfortunately, you need to do the work. You need to add value. And yes, you get the references. If you can't get someone to pay you for it, you do it for free and you partner. But remember where it comes from. It comes through that research and marketing. Because people say, how do I know? How did I know? Marketing. We were doing marketing already. Before we started, we were doing marketing. You need to know what's happening in your industry. You need to know what the opportunities is, right? Opportunities come through the marketing, right? Partnerships come through the marketing, right? Opportunities you didn't know comes through that, right? Thank you. I hope I answered your question. We're moving on. I know that time is ticking. Time is ticking. I hope I'm not moving too fast, but yeah. Time is money. We need to move. Okay. So if you look at a few examples, right? So if we can use a catering business, right? or construction business, it doesn't really matter, right? We're using an example, right, of how to build that funnel, right? So we build that funnel. We're using a little search. You need to find out who your potential customers are. So you're gonna research your industry. Firstly, who you're competing against within your sector. If you're in construction, if you're in training or development, if you're in healthcare, you need to know who you're competing against. You need to know what it is they offer, and you need to know what people are prepared to pay and where they are, right? So obviously, if people are on social media, you are on social media, right? And you're gonna package your brand. If it's construction, yes, we specialize in this, and this, right? And you're gonna first find the people, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna engage with them, right? Before, and this is why you're not selling, you're first finding out what it is that they really want, who they are, where they are, and how they buy. And that takes a lot of time, because it helps you position your construction company or your catering company or your healthcare company, right? That information, very, very important. It's the customization of your offering that makes the difference, that separates one company in construction to another company, right? We need to find out where those customers are. So people say, oh, I don't use Twitter. I maybe don't use LinkedIn, right? I don't use Facebook. But the thing is, if businesses are on LinkedIn, it's a professional network. If transformation managers who sits with budgets to support small business owners are on LinkedIn, they have a profile that you can search, transformation manager. They're sitting with a budget collectively in South Africa. Just the 2% that needs to be spent on small businesses and suppliers comes to roughly 37 billion rands. Not million, billion, that must be spent every year on small businesses. Wow. So if they are there on social media that you can access contracts and support, right, then you need to be there where they are. So you need to have a profile on LinkedIn. It needs to be professional. You need to be painting that picture with references, and you need to have credible references on those platforms. It needs to be done first, because you must remember, doors open, and as quickly as it opens, it closes. It closes. It closes. You can connect with the transformation manager, right? For Old Mutual, and she will say, okay, great. She will meet with you, and she will go to social media. She'll search on social media. She'll look at the different platforms that you're on. What is people saying about you? She will look at your company profile. She will look at your website. And in that less than 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes, she's made up her mind. And you know what? When she smiles, she'll smile at you when you meet. But in the back of her mind, she's thinking, you're not ready yet. You're not ready to deliver services for us yet. Right? And once you're in that box, it's very difficult to get out. Because now whenever you contact her, you're not ready yet. You're not ready. Right? And remember, the platforms and the picture that your marketing person paints is not where you are now. He's painting a picture of where you want to be in 5, 10 years from now. That is the picture he is painting now. Can we understand what I'm saying? Right? He's painting that picture. He's painting that picture. You are big, you established, and he knows how to paint that picture very, very well. So he's going to paint it very, very well so that people can see, you know what, this is an established professional business specializing in, these are specialists. They can deliver services on a very, very high level. You can trust, they are trustworthy to deliver, right? If you give them this contract. Because remember, this is the choice they have. They can give it to Aveng, or they can give it to you. They can give it to Marian Roberts, or they can give it to you. That's the choice. So who do you think they're going to give it to? Someone, a company like Aveng that is big, they can trust that company, or give it to someone that they don't know, that doesn't have a brand, right? So they need to trust you first. They need to trust you first. And that takes time to build through all your platforms. And remember, it doesn't need to cost money. To do a LinkedIn page doesn't cost. It takes time. It takes time. It doesn't cost money. When you're starting out, you need to have that. You need to have that plan. You need to have that plan, right? To say, fine, I'm gonna take the time, right? I'm gonna take the time, and I'm gonna put time into these areas. I'm gonna take time and put time into these areas. Okay. And if you don't keep track of it, right? Then yeah, then these things doesn't really, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Okay. So you need to be focused, and the best way to do that is to put it down on a piece of paper, right? Because now you can track it and measure it. So you would have a marketing plan, you would have a sales plan, right? You would have a marketing plan, you would have a sales plan, right? That you're going to follow, right? That you're going to follow, right? And you document it. It doesn't need to be a 20-page document, right? But it needs to be something which you can follow and track, that you are actually doing what you need to do within your business. Because listen, the thing with any business, if you look at how quickly time passes, you know, the time is just flying, right? Before you know it, it's end of the year, Christmas again. And then you look at all the time that has passed, right? So you need to be putting the time in to all of these things. And I know we're moving on very quickly. Okay. Step 2, you need to offer benefits. You need to establish and maintain the relationships with your clients. We said they need to be benefits. So when we look at you going to the competitor, all the banks, right? So all the banks, they offer free services, they offer tools that you can use online. The reason for that is, right, there's competition amongst banks, and the banks are all offering you something for free. And if you're not getting something for free, then maybe you need to ask what I'm getting free from my bank. Because banks, business banking, if you have a business card, all the banks are offering something for free. Free accounts, free websites, Standard Bank, free e-commerce websites, First National Bank, free accounting services. Yes, free. They're offering it. Why do you think they do this? They're offering you something that you can use in your business because they want to retain you. Because if someone comes like Capitec and they say, you know, Capitec business is now opening up business, and now they're offering a bank account where it's cheaper. Oh, it's cheaper. They're offering a cheaper bank account. So now they need to make it difficult for you to say, you know what, I'm going to leave this bank and go to this other bank because they're offering something better, more efficient, better quality, extra value, or cheaper, or whatever. But they're offering me something that's enticing. They need to give me a reason to say, I'm going to stay here rather, because you know what, I'm using the online tool to do my accounting. I'm using that. So if I go to another bank and I can't get that, it's going to be a problem because I'm so used to using the accounting system to do my books. And I'm using the e-commerce platform to market my business, which normally would charge or it would cost me like 12,000 rands for that e-commerce website. I get it now free, but I need to stay with this bank to get it. So now I'm gonna stay. Can we understand how this works? Right? You offering them something to stay. You know, I'm giving you something to stay with me. Don't go anywhere else. You're giving them something, right? You're giving something away. And remember, the cost of you giving something, people think you need to think long term. A customer that is spending all the time with you. How much money are you getting through that customer? How much referrals are you getting through that customer? How much marketing are you getting through that? You need to weigh that. What is the cost of that? So whatever you're giving away, that cost is minuscule. It is small. It is very, very small. Right. It's very, very small. And constantly, guys, you need to be researching your industry. Why? Your marketing, new ways to market, new ways to sell. What is people doing now? Listen, technology is moving so fast. Solutions, apps. There's an app for everything. There's an app for everything. AI is taking over the world. Things that people used to do is now done through AI that allows them to do things faster and quicker. Marketing is done through AI. Right? Promotions is done. You think you're speaking to a person? It's not. It's an AI app, right? That you're speaking to that is doing your marketing for you while you're sleeping. You're sleeping. You're sleeping. This app is working, automated in on the back end. The amount of technology that is available to you, right, to be able to do this automated in your business. If you don't look at these opportunities and how to use innovation, you're going to fall behind. It's the choice you have. It's the choice that you have. You either use, because remember, if you have competitors, which you do, you're competing against 20 other companies, right? You are doing your promotions and your marketing, you're doing it manually. I'm going to speak to you. And these other companies, they all using technology, innovation, they're using AI, they're using specialists. They're using specialists that market, that builds their brand, that promotes their content, that sends out their content on their channel. They're using this company that does these things for them. They're paying 4,000 rands for that, and per month, and they're doing all of these things for them, and they're using AI. What is going to happen to you? They're going to pass you by. Listen, they are going to pass you by very, very quickly. In 5 years, you are where you are. In 5 years, they are times 100. They're times 100. They're getting all the big contracts, right? So it's a choice that you have. You need to look at what technologies are there, not only to assist you, in your marketing and in your sales, but in delivering services. You need to look at what technology is available, because if you're a marketing person and you have the latest technology, you're using the latest technology and trends, and you go and you say, I'm in construction, we're using this new technique. We're using this new technique to build with. It's innovative. No one else is doing this, but we're doing it. Oh, doesn't that make it easier? It makes it so much easier. We're offering something innovative and new, right? It's easy to sell something new because no one else is doing it. We're the only one doing it. So you need to look at innovation within your business. What is it that you can offer that is new, that is innovative, right? That you're going to implement, and your marketing person is going to make it easy for your marketing to promote yourself as this innovative new company, offering new ways and techniques to do business, offering better service products. Okay, we've mentioned the relationships before, right? Staying in contracts and showing interest in them and their challenges. This is what it boils down to. You need to understand their challenges. Now, people say, you know what, but you know, this is our business. We do this. We do healthcare. You know, we do building. That's what we do. We're not interested in their business. We're not interested in their business. But remember, this is the job of your marketing person. They need to show an interest in their development, especially during times where things are tough, like during COVID, things are. So remember, there's businesses that has thrived during that time, during COVID times. Why? Because they had this relationship with their clients, that they supported them in their businesses during that time to help them and figure out, you know what, how can we help you sort this issue out? You know what, we know you're having challenges here, but we got to see what we can do to make a plan for you. Huh? Guess what comes when things are going very, very nice again? They are gonna give you support. They gonna not only give you support and give you work, they are gonna get you clients. And they're gonna tell people, you know what, this company cares about us. They care about, they really helped us. They help you. If you need to make a choice where to put your money, put it there. Use them. Can we understand how this works, right? So that's what you're going to do. Step number 3, you're creating the lead. That is the funnel, the funnel, the funnel, the funnel. No matter how busy you are now, this is the thing. This is the thing. When you are busy, you have your contracts. You got your contracts through government. You got your contracts through corporates. You're busy already. What happens is now you stop. Now you stop because now I need to do the work that I'm doing. I don't need new clients now. I don't need new clients, right? This is a massive problem, right? And I remember very clearly, we were running a turnaround program. Listen, this was an established company, 20 odd years old already. They're 20 odd years old already. So now it's a big company. It's a big company. They have over 100 staff. They have over 100 staff. They're based there in the retreat. So now we come to this company, we say, what is the problem? They say now, remember, they want to put staff off. They want to put staff off. Over 50 staff, they want to put them off. Like half their staff, they want to go. And it's like, why? What is the problem? Right? So now we go into their business. We say, you know what? Our whole business, we had this one, we do software, we do the boards for the phones and computers. They do the chip board, they make the chip boards. So now they have a whole production. They say, you know what? We had one client and we had two, 3 clients. That's it. There was like, we had long-term contracts. We didn't need to market. We didn't need to market our brand because we had the industry. We own the industry. We was the one that used to do this, and we used to do all of these products. They make the motherboards for the DSTVs. Yes, for all the DSTVs and all the phones, they used to do the motherboards for them. It's like, okay, but we didn't need to market. So for the last 5-10 years, they never did any marketing. They were just doing operation. And then one day, boom, it was cheaper to get it from China. And there it goes. It goes the whole contract that they were sitting in now. Their whole business collapsing because of one contract, because they didn't do marketing. This is why you need to constantly invest. You constantly building, no matter how busy you are, because income streams dry up, contracts dry up. You guys, and you need to be putting in it no matter how busy you are. That's why I say this job is non-stop, no matter how busy. that person is always out there, is always looking to understand if needs are changed, and is always looking to then go and promote and turn those leads into, and always asking proposal. Can I give you a proposal? Can I give you a solution? Can I give you a solution? I have something for you. Are you interested? This is the discussion that's going to carry on ongoing. Okay. We said converting potential clients, right? And it comes through understanding, right? To unpack their needs, right? As it changes. Remember what they need now and what they need in 6 months. That is two different things. Okay. Offering great service. This is really what it comes down to. So remember now, when we speak with clients, right? I mentioned earlier, we speak with the clients that purchase from them, and we need to understand if there is value. If you are adding value to people's lives, right, you're gonna be successful in business. This is bottom line, right? And how you get that is through feedback. Through feedback. People think, what we do, we do a really great job. We really do a great job. But the thing is, you need to get that feedback from your clients. You need to track problems that people are having, right, within your business. You need to make it easy for them. You need to make it easy for them to give me a response and give me a comment. What we're happy with, what can I change? What can I change? That is the approach of continuous improvement. You're never at a point where, you know what, I'm doing a great job, I can just carry on. It never happens. You're never delivering this. If you're doing the same things that you did last year, you're doing this year, you have a problem. You need to be improving from year to year. I did this last year. We're doing it differently this year. We're improving on it this year. Why? Because the client requires now this, and this. They would like to change this. This didn't work so nice. We would rather want to do it like this, right? They need to be continuous improvement. Okay. They need to be continuous improvement. Okay. And when you're solving problems, you must remember now, if you're able to figure out, right, an issue or challenge, right, that a client has, the chances is someone else might also have similar type of challenges. So this is how you are improving your training. If you're in training, you're improving your training. If it's in building, you're improving your techniques, you're improving your time frame, you're improving your communication, how you measure your product. You're improving in all areas of your business, right? But there need to be that connection between your client. It comes through the interaction with your client. So your client helps you improve and innovate, right? Your client helps you, and there need to be a very, very good relationship between you and the client to make it easy for the client to say, you know what, I wasn't happy with that. I wasn't happy with that, right? And that is what you want. Okay. So we clear. So we've covered a lot. We explained the importance of sales. We explained that it's two very different roles. We hope that you guys that has gone through this take the time to separate these tasks. If it's one person, make sure the tasks are separated, and make sure that there is at least a tick box spreadsheet to track whether it's being done or not. Because this is what we do. If we come into your business and we're going to say, fine, these are marketing roles that needs to be done every week. These are sales roles that needs to be done every week, right? For us, it doesn't matter who does it. It doesn't matter who does it. If it's the same person, well, fine, but it's two different roles. So the individual tasks need to happen. Hopefully, these are two different roles, which will be great because it's also two different personalities. Remember, you have two different personalities. The marketing person is different to a salesperson, right? Right. So you need to have that marketing personality there. Hopefully it's two different people, but you need to have that check. Someone needs to check that these tasks are being completed every single day and every single week. It's a checklist, right? It's a checklist. If you don't have it, right, things are not gonna get done. It's just how it works. Things are not going to get done if you don't do it, right? And if you're not keeping track, what you don't keep track on, it just doesn't happen. Okay. So hopefully, guys, and it's a balancing scale. This is how you're learning, right? You're learning as you go through, right? And hopefully you guys, now that you have a better understanding, right, you're able to start learning from your clients and go through the process of improving no matter where you are. Whether you start up, you hopefully have built in a process where you allow for change quickly. You change quickly. And there's a nice thing about being a small business. If you have a big business with hundreds of staff, difficult to change, huh? It's difficult to change something if you have a lot of people involved and already structures and communication structure, difficult to change something which is big. But something that's small, easy to change, right? So hopefully you've built in mechanisms to change when you're small, right? Now I'm small. It's easy for me, I was doing it like this. I can now change it very quickly because there's not so many people involved. But so hopefully you build, now that you understand, you're able to build these systems in place, right? To be able to understand. Hopefully you'll be able to find the right people, identify which problems that they have, and identify ways in which to solve it. Remember, it's an ongoing process, right? And it's a balancing scale, right? Energy into both. Little more now, little bit less now, little bit more now. But remember, you need to put energy in both, and you need to manage that. You cannot focus on the one and not on the other, and be clear on the relationship, right? And we are done. So well done, everyone. I know we've covered quite a lot. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen quickly. I'm gonna see if there's any questions on the Q&A. Just to be clear, your time is very, very important, guys, right? It's important that you are managing your time. So if you take any one of you, any industry that you are in, you would sit with, let's say, and I just want to share quickly a screen on, if you take the time that you have, because remember, we're working with the time that you have. So let's say this is your time. That is the time that you have every single day. You actually demarcating a certain amount of time that you're actually going to cut out of each day. That you're going to cut out of each day, that you are allocating X amount of time, because that's the thing that you're going to measure. You're going to measure each day. I want all of you over the weekend to, there's a weekend coming up. You're going to draw this circle over here, and you're going to demarcate time from this circle that is actually going in, and this is what you're going to break up. And you might say, you know what? You're going to prioritize and put more time. You're going to put more time into the marketing now, right? You're going to put less time into the sales. You're going to put more time into innovation. This is what you're going to do on a weekly basis. You need to prioritize your time. And once it goes into this pie chart, then at least you know, great, you can come back in a month's time, because this is what we do. We come back in a month's time, and you say, you know what, we haven't done this, we don't have new opportunities, we don't have business coming to us, we haven't really innovated, then what do you think we do? We come to you and we want to see where your time is gone. This is how we do it. We want to see. We take this graph, this pie graph over here, and the circle, and we say, okay, great. Where did your time go? That's it. We want to know your time gone. Now we say, okay, great. This is why you don't have these clients coming on board, because you need to put something in to get something out. So what you're going to put in, if you don't have a lot of money, if you have a lot of money, no problem. You're going to employ 20 people, no problem. You employ a marketing manager, employ a relationship manager, you can employ a sales manager, and you can pay for the service to deliver it. If you don't have it, what you're going to put in, put time in. So you need to be tracking the time, and this is how you track your time. You have this graph, your pie graph, and you put it down on paper. You draw this circle, you stick it up next to your bed. Have my time at the end of the week. Did I put time into all of these areas? Is someone doing it? If it's not me, someone in my organization, are they doing it? Right. I hope we clear. Let me just check if there's any questions. Right. Let me check if there's any questions. No questions. Just a big thank you. Thank you, Diane. Thank you for joining us. For everyone here, we will share the recording with you guys. Thank you for joining me. I hope it was valuable for you. If there is any questions, you can unmute and ask your questions. If not, I have a great weekend coming up. Please invest your time, and especially in marketing. Okay. Thank you, guys. Let me just check quickly. One last check if there is any questions. Thank you, Adi. You can raise your hand. This is valuable. Thank you, Natalie. Hope it was valuable. If there's any questions, you can please ask your questions. You can raise your hand if you want to comment. And if you want to give your pitch, for those that you are here, you can unmute, you can raise your hand, and you can give your pitch. Remember, you got 20 seconds. So no matter what, you can say anything you want, but you have 20 seconds, right? And this is how it's going to happen for you guys that are here, right? If you want to do your pitch, you raise your hands. If you have a question, you can ask your question. If you want to do a pitch, you have 20 seconds. You need to tell me what it is that you do, and you need to say it in a way that firstly, I understand that it's something you're passionate about, that's something you specialize in, and I need to be clear on what it is that you do, so that I can remember you. Okay, so is there any of you that would like to go for it? You got 20 seconds to do a pitch on your business. Okay, don't be shy. You can't be shy in business. You can't be shy. You can't be shy in business. You can raise your hand, and I'm going to give you 20 seconds. I'm going to give you 20 seconds to pitch. Anyone wants to pitch, right? Don't be shy. No one is going to judge you here. No one is going to. Please raise your hand if you want to pitch, right? 20 seconds on your business. There's potential clients here. There's potential clients, right? This video will be posted as well. We have about 40,000 people that interacts with our posts. So is there anyone that want to pitch? Going once, going twice. No, let's check. Let's check. Shy. No hands. Thank you very much. Guys, I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you very much for joining us. Naeem, we can close.